warm. All right. Main event time.
The main event brought to you by DefenseSoap.com, where you can go and enter the code below and save yourself some ducats on Defense Soap products.
At least 10%.
Yes. I use this shit. I think, Matt, have you been using this shit?
I've loofed it in.
I like the bars. He likes the loofah.
You like the bars?
The bars.
I understand
the
that.
bar of soap.
It's
I like it very much. I use it. I also use their wipes after grappling, especially jiu-jitsu.
Oh, you're going to say after you take a dump. I get the wipe.
No. Boy, that's not cool.
Reverse
not gonna like that. No, after jiu-jitsu, like a lot of times with the gi, like you have the collar chokes and stuff all the time, ripping up your neck, so you put it.
Keep going. I'm not saying anything there.
When guys are rubbing their sweaty balls on your head, you want to get that off as quick as possible. I use their wipes. Those are nice. Around the neck and around on the hands, on the ass. It's all good. Not on the ass because it's probably burns. It's eucalyptus oil. It probably stings.
Oh, yeah, it burns.
Yeah, but the soap is the shit. It helps me. Actually, this summer, every year I usually get like dry cracking skin for after I get a tan. This year, not at all. Just kind of, it's good.
It's defense soap. Defense keeps you on the mat. What's the other line?
No. Offense wins matches and defense keeps you on the mat.
Oh, take that.
Yes, sir.
Let that be a lesson to all you whippersnappers.
That being said,
yeah?
Shall we get into the meat of this situation?
All right, we got Chael.
All-American
The
boy,
people's champion.
Testosterone replacement.
The real champion, Sonnen.
Yes, the real.
That's right. The real fake champion. He's 27-11-1 versus Anderson.
The Spider.
Silva, he's 31-4. Sonnen, 26% of his wins by KO, 15% by submission. Anderson, 58% by KO, 19% by submission. The odds from BetDSI on this fight, Sonnen at plus 210 and Silva at minus 260. Woo! Wow. So how long has this fucking fight been in the making?
2 years? 2 years? When they fight?
Something like that.
010? Is that even a year?
Yeah. I don't fucking know. And the Silva camp is already preemptive struck with injury. Silva's got a knee injury or something.
Supposedly.
And I think I read an article where Sonnen said something that's Ed Torres marketing 101, where he always likes to come out and say his fighter's injured before the fight, and then when he wins, he's like a superstar and blah, blah, blah.
Everybody. Dos Santos, Silva.
Yeah, right.
Jose Aldo.
Yeah, they're always injured.
They're always injured coming into fights.
Well, and that was something else. This is kind of a little bit off topic, but Sonnen was saying, like, with all these people pulling out of fights, that you should have to forfeit if you pull out a fight and take a loss on your professional record. Because he is claiming that he has never pulled out of a fight. And so many of these fighters fight injured and don't make a big deal out of it. But it seems like some people, like the preemptive strike, a lot of these fights, and say they're injured or not. But an interesting side topic. Go ahead, discuss.
You want me to retort?
Yeah, you can.
I think that's crazy. The fuck? I like the guy and all, but that's madness. Okay, I think he's just saying, come on,
fucking show up and fight.
Contact sport. Okay?
I don't give a shit if your leg's broken. Get out there with some fucking crutches.
You want guys to get in there when they can't even defend themselves and go fight against somebody that's trying to kill you.
If you weren't such a sissy, maybe you'd make it happen.
Oh my god.
Sonnen shows up for every fight.
Oh, supposedly. He does have that needle help, whatever.
Hey, some people, their balls don't produce enough testosterone.
That's true.
That's all I'm saying.
I hear you.
But it's a lifetime. That's the other thing.
Some people only have one ball.
We're going on tangent now. But here's the thing. Like, how do these guys who said they were on TRT get off it? You can't. Once you start, you cannot stop.
According to the underground, there is a way. There are some serious experts about testosterone on the underground. There's a whole drug regimen for 3 months you need to follow, like Clomid and HCG and HGH and all this ridiculousness to restart your natural production of juice.
But from what I've understood, that's after doing a cycle of steroids. But now this is like some just straight up testosterone. Yeah. Granted, it's the same shit, but
I don't know. What do I know?
I don't know. I've never been on the TRT. Not saying I wouldn't want to.
I'm getting my shit checked again in the fall to make sure, but levels were a little low last time.
Mine were once too. You got to watch what you're taking. And I was taking like an asthma thing that had some steroids in there. dropping everything, and then I went off it. Whoa.
Hulk smash.
I'm back.
Okay.
You don't need that shit. But I'm get right back in the game. So let's get back into this fight.
Fucking hot as hell.
I'm fucking getting delirious.
I'm dying.
It's all good. But it was funny because Silva finally snapped the other day at one of the conferences. He's cursing Sonnen out.
He's probably drunk.
He might have been. And I think he cursed about, say he wanted to like rape him with a Whopper or something.
I'm not sure. I didn't
Some
hear
Burger
that.
King.
I heard him knocking out his teeth and breaking all his limbs and fucking him in the ass. And
Yeah,
all
and
that
then,
stuff.
but then Sonnen called him out. And he's like, yeah, he said he was going to do all this shit, but he didn't say he was going to win the fight. Like, interesting observation.
Yeah. Oh, always
That guy is smart. He's what you call a scholar. You got to watch out for him.
Yeah, you too. Fuck you. You talk about me like that.
Yeah.
No, Sonnen says it's the right thing.
Yeah.
At the right time.
Sonnen, he's a real estater. You better watch out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Silva dressing up like Michael Jackson for a photo shoot.
Yes.
Doing some stuff. I don't know where this guy's at. You got to think, too, he's, what, 36, 37, somewhere in there. Is this a retirement fight for him?
Yeah, we were talking
Win or
about it
lose?
before. I think you brought it up first, but I think he's going to retire, win or lose. And he's going to be one of those Fedor retirements where I'm retired, but, you know, if the right opportunity, like John Jones and, like, $10 million presents itself, I may fight again.
That is an awesome way. So this fight, win or lose, he retires, and then Jones smashes Henderson, and then they do this, let's bring the guy, kind of like Randy Couture when Randy came back to fight Tim Sylvia for the title after he retired. They do that with Silva, and then a 205 title match. That's what's in the works. See, Ingo's fucking smart. He gets it. Why don't you guys get it?
It's all money, marketing.
It is.
Bullshit. There are those online who think Anderson Silva's little tirade is all calculated way to sell the fight.
He's a little late to the game. He waited until a week before the fight to do it.
Now's the time. If you're going to sell hard, now's the time.
True, but Son has been selling this shit since the day he lost that last
That's what
fight.
got him in the title fight in the first place, and I think that's what keeps him coming back is because there's a guy who can market better than anybody.
Anybody in the UFC and the WWE or
wrestling
whatever.
can take a lesson from this. I mean, these guys, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Nobody does it as good as he does.
No, and I don't think anybody will, and even better than Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. Very entertaining, smart, witty, ridiculous at times, but you just kind of, either you love him and you want to see him win, or you hate him and you want to see him get his ass kicked. Either way, you're going to buy the pay-per-view just when he's on it.
Exactly.
You got to know what's going to happen. So what do you think?
Well, I'm going to ask you, like, with Anderson, if this is fake or real rage towards him, what Anderson shows up? I know we've asked this before. Is it the dancing fool Anderson, or is it the Anderson that's the killer that comes out and fucking smashes you?
I haven't seen Anderson the killer in quite a long time.
Maybe since Forrest Griffin?
That was the last time I remember where he took a guy who was aggressive and made him look like a fool.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, what was the fucking guy he fought at 205 the first time? Where he caught the leg kick and then...
James Irvin.
That's it, thank you. Those two fights, I thought maybe he came up to that weight division wanting to prove something. So, but I think this is the first time that anybody has ever probably got into his head the ways. I mean, Chael has said shit about, what, fucking his wife? I mean, you name it, this guy has said all kinds of shit about this guy. About his country, about his family, about his... Does he have kids? I think he talked about his kids.
Maybe. Sure.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. So I think the Anderson that comes in is the Anderson that's not calculating and is not necessarily trying to find his range in the beginning. Maybe he tries to push it, and we're going to see a clash of, like Chael said in the primetime, I think it's going to be a battle of wills. Who wants it more from the ringing of the bell? And when I see that happening, I feel like that plays into Chael Sonnen's wheelhouse because there's a guy who just goes and goes and goes. He's like an Energizer Bunny, nonstop. Keeps that motor running, and I don't think Anderson can deal with that. So as long as Chael keeps his cool and doesn't do something stupid, like leaving his arm in there in the fifth round for like
he was
for the
tired.
Like, oh.
You gotta at least give the man credit for
I do.
trying to finish. I just wish you would not stay in someone's guard. He always seems to flirt with disaster. Just, oh, just sit here and guard. Just fucking try to pass and get side control.
Maybe
and
he
then
doesn't know how. Maybe he just likes to just chill. He likes to be on
he just made that one mistake. And,
Yeah.
you know, you can beat the shit out of a guy for 4 minutes and whatever, or 4 rounds and 4 minutes of the 5th round, and you get fucking triangled, and you clearly won every round. It's just one mistake cost you the entire fight. But, again, that fight would have been thrown out since he tested positive for steroids.
Yeah.
But now he's approved for steroids.
He is now approved, and I think he's got to be within the range. But, I mean, on paper, if you look at this, you give Chael Sonnen no chance to win. I think if you're an analytical person and you look at the martial arts IQ versus of the two guys, obviously Silva has way more IQ. But there's always that factor of when I looked at the prime time and I saw this guy talking and Chael Sonnen about the fight, I just feel like there's something in there in this. I mean, he really wants this.
Well, there's a desire. It's like, so I think it's harder for Silva to defend than for Sonnen to get it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because one guy is hungrier, and then one guy has been on top. Like, how many fights has he won in a row? It's like a 15 fight win streak.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch.
Like, fuck. So how do you keep that top tempo, defending, and then as your body's also aging to be able to train, and plus, he hasn't fought in 11 months, Anderson.
Yeah, he's been out.
So, with all that said and done, it's either going to be a violent one round knockout for fucking Anderson, or it's going to be a 5-round grind where Sonnen imposes his will again. And I think it's a 5-round grind. I'm going with Sonnen. I'm going with the underdog, grinding it out. I think it's heart. I think it comes down to the heart. Who wants it more? I think, like you said, I think Chael wants it more right now. Anderson's done a fucking shitload in his career. I think it's time to pass the belt, if you will. So, decision win for Sonnen.
I think Sonnen will win as well.
Oh, Jesus. Are we jinxing everybody?
No, I'm sorry. I really... I'm so torn. I want to pick Silva because my brain is telling me, you know, this guy's way better than Sonnen on paper. He should win hands down. 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10. But for some reason, I see something in this guy in Sonnen's eyes. I just feel like he has a chance here, and I'm going to say that he wins by submission. I feel like it's going to be a 3rd-round victory, and as wrestlers go, you know, they don't have a ton of submissions in their arsenal, but they do have
triangle.
Yeah, I think they have arm triangles, and I think a guy who plays on top a lot has an opportunity. If he learns his lesson, passes guard, gets that arm triangle, he can finish Anderson Silva in probably one of the craziest finishes ever in MMA history. I think he finally in the 8th round. He wins. He finally wins in the 8th round. Yeah, and he will be champion. And it's going to be nuts. And I'm so happy it's in Las Vegas and not Brazil because
Chael would get murdered out there. fucking hell.
Assassinate his ass. I don't know, but I think it's going to be crazy, and I hope it's a good fight. I hope they both show up.
And then Sonnen will test positive for marijuana. And they will strip him of
Sonnen looks jacked in the primetime that I watched this week. He looks huge. He looks really, really huge. So I don't know if that's a cardio issue or what, but I mean, he's working out. He's looking good. Anderson's kind of chilling. He's got the cover of like Rolling Stone.
It's getting soft, man. He's doing too much of this shit where it doesn't look like so much training. It looks more like other endorsements and stuff that he shouldn't be doing and focusing on a fight.
Did you see the Dana White, Dominic Cruz fucking edge?
I thought it was a joke.
It's serious.
I saw him on an edge gel.
I saw
like
it today
the head.
in the store.
Like,
I went into the aisle just when I bought this beer just to check. They're fucking in there. They got. I don't understand what kind of marketing this is.
How is the Kingpin, the president of a fucking sport league, on the goddamn shaving gel?
Because the brand is bigger than the individuals in this.
But now the individual is bigger than the brand.
Medina is the brand.
He's both.
Why Dominic Cruz?
Blow your
I
mind.
don't understand.
What is he clean shaving for?
He's like a little guy.
He should have he should be sponsored by like New Balance or something.
Like Uriah Faber was for K-Swiss.
K motherfucking Swiss.
Yeah. I tried to watch their 3rd episode of
Don't watch the third season at all.
It's horrible.
The third season is terrible. First season was the best. Second season was okay. The third season was terrible.
Yeah.
What a fucking letdown.
It's horrible. I have a whole bunch of stuff to
close
discuss.
this thing out.
I got more stuff. I was going to tell you some cool shit.
All right, man. Come on, motherfucker. Anderson Silva.
Anderson.
Be different, you crazy bitch.